Today on Things I Love, we're going to be building these two Lego sets, kind of building out my Lego Tatooine Moc. And I'm excited about that, excited to have my daughter Emily with me here and my daughter Samantha. She's not here, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Going to be having a good show today. I know we're in our quarantine and you are as well. And so, we're all together in this, all over the world. And so we're going to be having some fun today, kind of talking about what we're doing to break the monotony a little bit here at Things I Love.
The things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. How we want the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love. We want the things I love.
Welcome back to Things I Love. I'm excited to be here today with my daughter Emily, building these two Lego sets and kind of continuing to build on this Lego Tatooine Moc. But I wanted to kind of talk about the elephant in the room. We've been doing some parks videos for the last few weeks. Emily and I hit the park right before it all shut down for the coronavirus. And so we had all these videos and I debated whether or not I was going to put those out immediately or not. And just felt like it was the right thing to do because that's what we're about. We're about Disney, Star Wars, and Lego, and we wanted to continue to put out that good footage for you there. So you can check those videos out. We've got tons of videos that we just did Galaxy's Edge, and we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and lots of good stuff. And what? Pandora. A great video of Pandora at night. So there's a lot for you to check out there. And we haven't had a studio show in a while. And as you can see, we're still not in the studio. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But if you're new to this channel, we'd love to have you subscribe down below, hit that bell to be notified of these weekly positive videos, and give us a big thumbs up if you like this video, and I know that you're gonna love it. But yeah, so we're not in the studio, and usually when I'm in the studio and I'm recording, I have everybody get quiet if they're at home and do that. But now I just told everybody, look, we're living our life at home, hunkered down because of this coronavirus epidemic. And so you're gonna hear some noises. You might hear my dog bark. You might hear my other daughter come in. We talked about this being my daughter Samantha. Not really, but she is creating this for class that she's now doing online. And so her and her fiance are out today doing some hiking, and I encourage you to do that, to get outside and do some hiking. We've been out doing some walking and having a good time there. But these are different times. They're strange times, and I tell you what it's not going to do. It's not going to bring me down. I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and I have faith that He is going to take us through this. Does it mean that I don't have days that I'm sad or fearful? No, there are times whenever I give into that. But then I'm reminded in Scripture that God is in control and He has it. And so we're gonna build these two sets, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about what's going on and how we've made the best of it. But yeah, I'm not in the studio because my daughter's fiance was boyfriend, but now fiance Roberto. Actually, we call him Rob.
Wow.
But he has taken over the studio. He lives here now just during this time where we're kind of in our homes. I wanted him and my daughter to be near each other, and so he's living with us right now. He's taken over the studio, and so we've got this dining room area that we are in right now. And so that's what this is. This is a dress that she is making based on Marie Antoinette. It's kind of cool on the inside. It's got this kind of red on the inside. It's based on Marie Antoinette, so it's got to have a little bit of that blood from. She lost her head.
That's right.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful dress that she's making. And I can show you a little bit about what's happening in the rest of this room here. So she's got her sewing machine and all her stuff in here as she's getting ready for online classes. And that's the thing, like with the coronavirus, it's brought patience to all of us, right? Mm-hmm. We've all obviously been living together prior to this, but this has caused us to be near each other a lot more. And I tell you, that is the one beautiful thing about this whole thing, is that I've been able to spend a lot of time with this one and her sister Samantha and Rob and Lisa. But that also requires patience because we're around each other a lot and you can get on each other's nerves. And so yeah, you ready to build these? Mm-hmm. We better get into building these. All right, so we got a couple of sets here. Obi-Wan's hut. What I've done is I've gone through the stores and just trying to find sets that go with my Moc here of Tatooine. If you remember, like 25 shows ago, we did a show about the Moc that I was building, and it was just this section right here. But since I bought a new base plate, and I'm extending it, I'm doubling it and making it a little bit bigger. And I'll show you some of these pieces a little bit later in the show. But right now you're seeing the back side of it, and I'm seeing the front side. And so I'll kind of take you through here and show you a little bit from the front side. Here we go. We've got Luke's land speeder, and we've got Mos Eisley Cantina. We've got the Stormtrooper on the dewback. There's C3PO, sorry, and R2D2, and then you've got the Jawa, their little speeder there. Not speeder, they don't speed anywhere. They go really slow. But that's the kind of what I'm doing right now. This was already here, and I'm just building it out onto this side, and we're gonna have a show here in a few weeks where it'll be finished, and we'll go through and show you how we did all that. But we wanted to add to it, and so Obi-Wan's hut, I'm gonna basically just use it for the structure. I will create everything that goes into it today on the show, but I need that structure. I need that dome for Tatooine. And then which one do you have over there?
I have the T-16 Skyhopper versus Bantha Microfighter.
So I got the Microfighter, but I need the Bantha to go with the dewback. We gotta have some animals in here.
I like the Bantha.
And so we're gonna be building these and adding to the Moc here after that. All right, so let's bust these wide open. Got a knife here. You haven't been talking much yet, probably because I've been just taking over the...
Where's the opening?
Use your mad skills. You got mad skills.
There's a popper thing here, but I don't want to break it.
All right. There we go. And then I like to keep the boxes intact in case I ever
break it.
In case I ever give it to somebody or whatever. So pull that out there. Pull that out. We've got several Lego builds that we've done. We've done some speed builds and some ASMR builds. So you can check those out right here. And we're just gonna add to it right now.
Oh, they're not different. They're the same one.
There's one in Francois and one in
it's a
Espanol.
build together set, so there's two building
Two
instructions.
builds. So you got the easy one. These are both small sets. You know, this Obi-Wan's hut is 200 pieces. Number 75270. Small set. How many pieces is that
This
one?
one is 198 pieces.
So 2 pieces less than this. What's the set number?
Set number 75265.
Go. And before we get into this, I want to show you something over here. Some of you Disney fans out there will recognize this right here. Tell them where we got this.
Splash Mountain. They are giving out, instead of giving you just one, they gave us a whole bundle
They
of
gave
them.
us,
They're
like,
like,
10 of them.
here, take them.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have that many.
Yeah,
films.
so like all of these.
Yeah, so.
But that's what I've been doing is keeping my pieces in here, the different pieces. I went the week before all this went down with the coronavirus to the Lego store and did a pick a brick. Got 2 of these filled with bricks and good timing. Brought them home in time to be able to do this. Fully sanitized everything when I got home because that's probably the grossest thing you can do in a Lego store, even when the virus is not going on.
And they were being super clean about it, which is good.
Yeah, just putting your hands in all that stuff and everything. But came home, sanitized everything with Lysol, and we are good to go here. So I'm gonna put this box over here and get into it. So the challenge today is to multitask, to talk and build at the same time.
found a person's bod.
There you go. So if you like the sound of this right here, check out our ASMR builds because they got a lot of sounds like that.
I made a person.
If you like music and faster builds, what is that?
It's a.
Oh, you have to look at the box.
It's a microfiber.
No, it's just my daughter. She should know more than that about Star Wars. It's a Tusken Raider.
It doesn't say it on the box.
I know it doesn't, but you've seen the movies. Come on.
I haven't seen them in a while.
Tusken Raider.
I know the basic stuff.
Anybody out there gotten the Rise of Skywalker digital or on Blu-ray or anything like that? Put that in the comments and be nice about it. You don't have to love the movie, but you know, we keep it positive here at Things I Love. And again, if you are new to the channel, you know we're all about Disney, Star Wars, and Lego here, and most of our Lego that we do is Star Wars. So, as we're building this, Emily, why don't you share with everybody some of the stuff that you've been doing during this time? Because we want to help you here. That's really why we exist as a channel, is for you to see what we love, and then you can figure out what you love and jump into that. And so this week last couple weeks we've had a lot of opportunity to discover again things that we love. So what have you been doing?
I've been painting a lot and I'm trying to sell them eventually. So I've made so many that I don't have space for them in my room.
So are you wanting to like do a Etsy shop? Or?
I'm trying to do. I'll either do Etsy or Squarespace. I don't know yet. I just have to. I'm gonna try and figure it out while we're on break.
Squarespace is a website.
You have to pay for it too. So.
You don't have to pay for Etsy?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Etsy first and then see what happens.
My good friend Justin Williams, who we did a couple of shows with, the Rise of Skywalker review and the Mandalorian review. Check those out. He has an Etsy store with his stickers. We talked about those on our shows, Star Wars stickers.
I want to make like digital prints and like stickers and canvas paintings and stuff.
Cool.
So I like making them, but I can't keep all of them.
Well, that's the same thing with Lego for me. Like,
yeah.
I've kind of maxed out my
walls.
space, and this is one of the reasons why I don't do huge sets, just because I don't have the space for it, and kind of keep my mucks a little smaller. That's all right. I have just as much fun. I'm afraid I'm going to miss something here. Like, so what would you say your style of art is? We can show some of your art pieces, by the way.
Lately, I'm not very into like realistic because it's harder for me to do realistic. I like abstract and like stuff with shapes. And then I also I like landscapes, but I don't like them to look super
Landscaping?
super realistic.
Okay.
But
I think your art is very similar to Andy Warhol.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of pop art, clean lines.
Yeah, I really like the clean lines and I like playing with the white space too. And also like one of my goals for over the break is to try and do a Bob Ross tutorial.
You do know that I'm racing you, right?
Oh yeah, well, you're winning.
So you want to do a Bob Ross tutorial?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you find a video of somebody that did a Bob Ross painting with icing?
Yeah, it was really cool.
We can link that down below.
It was really, really cool. It was impressive too.
And you can eat it. When you're done, you just eat it.
She was like licking her palette knife too.
After she was done?
After she was done, not during.
That's gross.
That would be nasty, but it was entertaining. I'm also reading Sadie Robertson's new book, which is really good.
What's it about?
It's called Live, and it's basically about like taking a hold of your life and not just letting it pass without actually like going through with things and like making a difference and like being confident in what you're doing and stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, it's something that we all struggle with is confidence. You know, I'll be honest with you, all of my subscribers here at Things I Love, and if you're new to the channel, I struggled with getting back into doing shows after or during the whole coronavirus epidemic that we're in right now. You know, I put out all those shows from the parks and had planned on doing that, and that was all part of the plan. And I usually when I go to the parks, I can do 1 or 2 months worth of footage and get that out there, because that's what I want to do is get you guys in the parks as much as I can. Living in Nashville, can't go all the time. But then when I got finished with those, I don't have my studio to work in, and I'm very thankful that we're able to provide a place for Rob. But it just took me some time to get motivated to get back into it. And there's a little confidence waver there. It's like, should I be doing this and stuff? But the reality is that yes, you've got to find things that you love, and jump in there and sometimes force yourself to do it. And when you're done, you get to the other side of it, you realize, oh yeah, that was the right thing to do. Did I miss something here?
I did mine backwards.
Okay. It's pretty funny when you watch some of my ASMR or speed builds, more the ASMR builds. You can see when I'm making a mistake, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do?
Long pause. And
But I figured it out. So how are you doing with building that confidence?
I think, well, I haven't really been around people to like practice it, I guess, but
Yeah, that's true.
like I feel it makes me feel better to know that like it's not just me that deals with it, and like I really like how she does it because she tells stories from her own life and then she puts in like full passages of scripture to read that like relates to it, and then tells like a story, and it's helpful to know that other people can relate, and it's been really nice to just like, I don't know, like I read it every morning, and then it's just a good way to start my day, and reminds me to not waste my time, I guess, just like keep going.
You've been reading more than you have in a long time.
Yeah, I got bored, and then I was like, I have a bunch of books on my bookshelf that I just have not read, and I keep buying them, so I should probably read them.
This is a good time to do it.
And I've almost finished another book in 4 days.
Yeah.
It's really good, and it's really twisty, and it's playing with my mind.
Twisty.
It's weird.
How are you doing school now? I know that, but they don't know that.
Well, we're not really doing anything except for Mom and I are doing stuff together because the school district put like resources out, but they're not really, some of them are helpful, but it's more like, this is the app, this is what it does, but I don't have apps for all my classes. Only some of the classes have them, like my US history class has nothing. And since I was in Disney right before the break, I don't have some of the stuff that everybody else had. So I'm kind of just left without the resources I need.
Yeah, which by the way, we were in Disney for her choir concert that was there,
Yeah.
and we posted that video so you can check that out and enjoy that. But yeah, you went to Disney prior to spring break, and then
school
spring
got
break.
canceled while I was in Disney.
Yeah.
So I didn't miss much of school. I missed 2 days of school because the school got canceled while I was there. But
Crazy.
my algebra teacher posted some like resources, and there's like videos to learn it, but a lot of my other classes I don't have any resources, so Mom and I have been doing online field trips and videos to try and keep me up to.
Do you remember what the site is that you guys used for online field trips? We can put it in the links.
Discovery
below.
Education. It's
.com? Is that what it's called?
I think so. It's an app too on Chrome.
Okay. I'll give you that resource, everybody.
But it's cool. We went to the zoo and watched giraffes.
Did the monkeys throw poop at you?
No. Monkeys were so
I remember going to the zoo though with you and girls were really little and the chimpanzee just like
Shucked it.
chucked his poop at us.
At least it was crying.
At least what?
At least there's like a swollen.
No, there was not. That's what I'm saying. It's like there was like a bridge.
That's funny.
Ooh, what did I do? I knew I did something. There we go.
I haven't made one of these in so long. I like making them, but Mom usually makes them by herself.
We did get another set for Lisa and me to make. You know, we've got that kind of New York street scene that we've done. Did a show about the origins of Lego in our family, and so we're going to be adding to that. So a toy store. It was like a toy store,
and a
flower shop combo. One of those 3-in-1 sets that we like to do.
Yeah, I would make these more often, but I don't know where I would store them because I don't have like a room like you do.
This is your house, though I own it. It's also your house. So all the Lego goes up in the studio.
'Cause I like making them, but I don't know what kinds I would make.
There's new Star Wars Lego sets coming out April 17th, I believe. They've got 3 different busts. Stormtrooper, Boba Fett. I'll be getting that one for sure. And
Like you make
what's the
the
other
person?
one? Yeah, like a little, probably about that big, just a
That's
bust
cool.
of their head. Yeah.
Where's the?
As you know, I'm a pastor, and one of the weird things of this whole time is doing online services. And we've always had our videos available online, and now our services are completely online. And I'm glad we're able to offer that for our folks. Hopefully, if I haven't already, I'll post some of the worship times because I am a worship leader, and that's a big part of my life, and I'd love for you to be a part of that as well. All right.
That's a
What was I building here? Ooh, fire. All these little fire pieces.
I like this bin.
Is it? Are you done already?
No, it's just his butt.
Like, you can't be done already. You beat me.
I still have all these pieces up.
What's some more? So one thing that we've done together, Emily and I, we just started it, but we started doing, what's it called?
Imagineering in a box.
Oh yeah, Imagineering in a Box, and on Khan Academy. It's pretty awesome.
It's free.
It's free, and it shows you video. It'll show you a couple videos, and then you'll have some lessons and a couple videos and some things to do. But the videos are from the Imagineers at Disney, and they just go through how they created the attractions and the stories behind it and the themes, and then they have you do it. And so we're creating a couple of parks right now. One is a park that goes into your mind.
I think I might be boycotting that one.
It's kind of like Inside Out, but there are some sad parts, and so you're like, yeah, I don't know. But then another park that we're creating is going into Alaska. So we lived in Alaska, and I think that one's going to be pretty promising. So I'm sore confused.
Oh.
There we go. I'll give you guys some close-ups of these sets once we're done with them. All right. Oh. Tiny pieces. I will say, tiny Lego pieces are not something that I love. I'm a fan of the bigger pieces, but you kind of have to have the small pieces to make it all work.
Yeah.
So.
These are the same pieces, but they're backwards.
One of the songs that just I can't get out of my head during all this time. Can you guess what it is?
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
High School Musical.
High School Musical.
I did you right.
We've watched High School Musical so many times over the years.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're the one who bought me the board game and all this stuff.
I did, because I'm a good dad.
Yes. I don't think Mom's very happy that you bought me that.
So they're good movies.
I know. And I will make every person watch them that ever comes into my life.
You have done that. Noah has watched them.
Yes.
I'm proud of
He
him.
hates them. He doesn't like anything that sings on a movie.
Really?
No,
So he doesn't
but
like you?
No,
And doesn't
but
like me?
No, like if it's a movie and they start singing, he gets thrown off, and then he's like, "Nope, I'm done." Okay. Well, it looks like he has fur.
Anthem. I want to make a chewy sound now, but that's not the right sound. But I'm going to anyways.
I can't do it. I sound like I'm dying.
Don't mean to interrupt, but this is a very important tool. If you
When
put
you
something
make a
on
mistake.
wrong, you need it to pop pieces off.
And you can't hurt your hands. Ah.
Oh my goodness. Get off there.
These pieces are hard to get off once you get them on, because there's nothing to grab on.
There we go. Got it. I knew it was gonna be a miracle if I got these all on correctly. I'm the connections pastor at our church, and if there's ever a time to make connections with people, it's right now. People are lonely. They're at home. You're at home, trying to find things to do, and after a while, you just get lonely. Especially if you're a single person, and so we've been continuing our connect groups using Zoom, and I'm super thankful for Zoom.
Yours was fun on Friday.
We had our game night our connect group is a game night connect group, and
Interesting.
we did games on. We tried to use Jackbox TV, and that kind of worked.
It was hard because you guys are all so far apart.
Yeah, but then we kind of got into some trivia games, and it's. I tell you what, it's better than nothing. Seeing people's faces.
And everybody's coming together to try and make it better.
Yeah.
Like when the Jackbox TV stopped working, someone in your group was like, "Hey, I have an idea. Like this could work too."
Well, let's do something else, and we did, and it worked.
Yeah. People have been really helpful.
What have I missed? I think I'm gonna say that several times during this. What have I missed?
I've surprisingly not missed anything yet. And I think I'm about to beat you because I'm almost done.
With the whole thing?
No, with just my
Oh, just your bantha.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you're definitely going to beat me.
Yours is bigger than mine too.
And don't you forget it.
Leave it to me to make you try it. Try and make you feel better.
As a part of this Tatooine Moc, I do want to get one of the older, or maybe all of the older Mos Eisley Cantina sets, and just kind of combine them and make a bigger set. But for now, I'm just getting all these pieces that either came out of Tatooine or look like they did. That's why when I went to Lego store and did a pick a brick, I did all of like browns and grays, as much as I could there. A little bit of green, not much. Oh, I took my eye off the prize. Where am I? Where am I? Okay. We're all in this together.
Netflix has been letting out a lot of good shows, like new TV stuff too, because of Corona.
You know, somebody said to me the other day, they said, you know, that they feel like that this whole quarantine and social distancing and all that is kind of becoming the great equalizer for the world.
I told you that.
Because we're all, you did, but I think Tom at church did too. It's like everybody is on the same ground. We're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to stop the spread of this terrible disease, a terrible virus.
I saw something that said that the more like people have stayed inside, which just makes sense. The more people have stayed inside, like it's like Venice's canals have gotten cleaner, and like the pollution in China has gone down significantly. Like all these things are happening that's like healing the earth and like everything that we've done to it. Like as humans, from like pollution from cars, pollution from all this stuff, and it's like going away, which is normal because like when people aren't living in that world, like it's gonna go down. But like
there's some videos of deer roaming the streets in Japan.
Yeah, And there's when like dolphins were coming to the shore in some other country.
Look, I don't know, you know, what's true and what's not true sometimes, but I do know that God has a plan, and His plan is always for good for us. And so it's there is going to be good things coming out of this. It's just painful in the process sometimes. Hey, that's a song probably. Painful in the process. That sounds good. We've been doing a lot of yard work.
Yeah.
Finally got some pretty days. It's been raining like crazy in the Nashville area, like all winter. And now we've got some beautiful days. We've been outside
It's been really nice.
doing some yard work and stuff.
I bought new plants because I killed my old ones. So I got new ones.
Nobody said we have a green thumb. We just got outside.
Wait,
What have I done?
I did something.
I did too. I'm like, what have I done wrong?
Oh, never mind. All done.
Man, those are extra pieces?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of extra pieces, get yourself a little Tupperware container or something and put all your extra pieces that come with your set. There's always extra ones. We'll keep them separate for right now, but those are always useful in building mocks.
Ah,
So let's take a look at your Bantha here. Sweet, let's see.
his tail moves.
Ooh,
And
it
so
does.
does his
So
head.
why don't you pick him up and we'll give him a little.
This is his tail. And then his head moves. Because it's on a ball. So you can position it.
Very cool. Kind of spin it around for me. That sound is from my stomach, and it probably sounded a little bit like a bantha. Very cool.
What is this thing for? Oh, it's for the person to hook on it. See, I can put him on top.
I have done something, and I cannot figure out what it is, and it doesn't look wrong, but I'm like, what have I missed?
Okay. He's riding it.
Tuscan Raider. Alright, I don't know what I've done, but I'm gonna just move forward. That's my theory in Lego, is like, if something's wrong, just move forward and keep going, and
See
eventually
what happens.
you'll figure out what happened. Huh. You're definitely gonna beat me.
Oh, he has this swivel head.
When you beat me, you can start working on mine too.
Okay.
What have we done on the house? Since
Power pressure washed
pressure washed out.
and planted things. Mom planted stuff, didn't she?
Planted some
Back.
flowers. It's a great time to work in the yard.
And then what else did you do? She's trying to decide what color to paint the front door and the shutters.
Yeah.
And what else?
Very thankful. First time in many, many years we've gotten a tax refund. So that's helpful during
Yes,
this
yeah.
time.
Stay.
You stay.
No, not you.
They stay.
His helmet. Got his helmet on.
Taking Barnaby for a lot of walks.
He's enjoying it until he gets
Yeah.
lazy, and then he's like, I'm not
He's
doing
not
it.
lazy. He's wearing 2 fur coats.
No, but the rest of the day, he's like, I'm not doing anything. He's like, you made me walk. I'm done. It's funny though. He just lays there. He got scared last night by the thunder though.
Thunder. In the thunder. Thunder in the land.
That's not the word.
Oh, come on.
But he tried.
We did have another storm last night, though.
But then like, it always storms in the middle of the night, and then you wake up in the morning and it's like super nice outside.
there's a lesson to be had there.
It was. I like the sound of thunder, but sometimes it's a lot.
Well, in Alaska, there is no thunder. I don't know. There's science there somewhere in that, but there's no. Can't hear thunder. I mean, very rarely do you hear it. And so when we came back to the States, it was very nice to finally hear some thunder.
I just don't like the lightning because I know it's technically the same thing, but
Well, that's the sound of lightning.
yeah. But I don't like when the lightning is so bright that it like lights up your whole room. It's just annoying.
I feel like there's like two pieces here. There's an edge piece, a corner piece that I put on, and I feel like it needs two of them. It only says one. All right, I have an extra one
Maybe there's
here. If this one
something
doesn't get used, I'm gonna put it where I think it goes.
I mean, you're just gonna add it to your own mock, so you can technically do whatever you
I can
want.
do whatever I want. That's the beauty of the mocks. If you guys haven't been watching Lego Masters, I do have a video of why I said no to being on Lego Masters. They asked me to be on that show.
Hopefully season 2.
Yeah, I got a partner now, and hopefully season 2. But great show, and the mocks that they come up with on that show are insane, and they do it within like a day's time. Just amazing.
Is this supposed to be white? I can't tell if that's white.
I believe it's white.
Because I don't see any correctly.
Yeah.
What other?
All right, gonna build Luke.
What
now.
other? I know there's Star Wars, Harry Potter, and there's like the Lego friend. What other kinds of Legos are
There's Ninjago, which I really love the Ninjago sets. I mean, they're really creative. They're kind of, I think of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, kind of some of the temples and the dragons and various things. But I don't want to start one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm really invested into Star Wars. So, what's that?
I like the Harry Potter sets. They're cool.
But yeah, Harry Potter.
Part of me is cool set.
I do have some Harry Potter sets. I'm slowing down that and getting more involved in Star Wars because you gotta make a choice at some point.
Yeah.
All right, I'm missing Luke's head.
It's right there.
No, that's not his head. That's Obi-Wan's.
Oh. It's on the floor. Nope. Did you put it in?
It's probably in there. Oh yeah. Bag number 2. My bad. Did I miss the? I did.
What do you know?
How did I miss that? Obi-Wan and Tusken Raider. So that's Obi-Wan.
Oh, you have 2 Tusken Raiders now.
I was watching.
Oh wait, there's 4 of them. There's 2 of them.
Oh yeah, I've got several. I was watching Indiana Jones yesterday. I was trying to watch all 3 of them and got through the first 2. And there's a club in Temple of Doom that I'd never noticed before. It's a little Easter egg, and it's called Club Obi-Wan. Like,
That's funny.
it was pretty cool. It's nice when you find those things.
I forgot how much I like Indiana Jones.
Indiana, 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 Indiana Jones, Indiana, Indiana, Indiana,
Wait,
Indiana,
is-
Indiana, Indiana Jones.
Is the girl from the first one Marion? Is she in the second one? Or is it?
Marion is not in the second one. He's kind of like.
Is that
He's kind of like.
He's a player.
Yes, he's kind of like. Who am I thinking of? And show you a little bit. English. James Bond.
Oh
It's
yeah.
kind of like James Bond, and yes, he's a player. For sure.
And how is it supposed to go in?
All right, got my Tusken Raider and my Obi-Wan.
There we go.
Should have started with those, but missed it somehow. which I know better. I've been doing Lego long enough to know that they start off with those in these sets.
I think
Extra
I
pieces.
would like building like the house ones like mom does, but I like building anything.
So you can build that one with this.
I just like building stuff. I don't care what I
I used to build erector sets
build. What is that?
when I was a kid. You remember erector sets, right? Put that in the comments. Tell me what you built. Erector sets were very dangerous. First of all, that's why they don't make them anymore. Maybe they do, I don't know. They were pieces of metal that had actual screws and bolts, and they were like long pieces of metal with holes in it, and then round pieces with holes in it. Very similar to Lego, but actually had screws and bolts that you would put together. If you think of Lego Technique, which are the like the big cars and machinery and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that's what it was. I actually loved my erector set.
What did you make?
I think I had a Eiffel Tower,
That's cool.
if I remember correctly.
There's a girl at my school who does all the, she gets, from every place she goes, she gets a Lego set of one of their monuments and does it. And has them all on display. It's cool. Those things are expensive though. The big, like, I mean not the big ones, the little architecture sets are expensive. They're cool though.
R2D2. I've got a few R2s.
Which one, is that
Yeah.
R2D2 too? Or is that?
No, that is a
'Cause it's
different.
red.
Yeah,
So,
different droid.
this is a little.
Now I can put together Luke. Luke and his amazing hair. I love his little binoculars. There we go.
This is random, but did you hear about the little kid who had the braid?
We don't do random on things I love.
Did you hear about the little kid who had the braid?
Oh yeah.
And then they did like a ceremony to
I
cut
think I
it
told
off.
you that. Yeah. So there was she's talking about a story where there was a little boy that had a long braid, and it was a Jedi braid. If you're familiar with the Jedi braids in Star Wars, and his school made him get rid of it. It was part of it didn't fit their dress code, which I have my opinions on, but we won't get into that. But they made him get rid of it, and so they contacted, forgive me, I do not remember the name of the voice actor who does Obi-Wan in Clone Wars. Love him, can't remember his name off the top of my head, so if you can remember, put that in the comments. But they contacted him to see if he would come and do a ceremony to take this braid off, and he did. He went to their house and did a whole ceremony and kind of made it look like that the lightsaber was cutting it off. And, very cool. People can be kind if given the chance. That's one of the things that I've loved about, if you can love something about this epidemic that we're in right now, is the kindness of people is coming out. And it's always my prayer when things like this happen that we will continue to be that way after this is all said and done. Because look, we've as a people, the human race has been through lots of challenging things in our history, and we've come out the other side of it and been stronger for it. But we forget what it's like in the middle of it. And after 9/11, more people than ever went to church, and then after they got back to normal, people often stopped going to church. And so I pray that people will really just continue to build stronger relationships with each other and with Christ. I am going to mess something up.
I messed up.
Oh, wait.
But
Figured it out. But yeah, when we were out walking the trail the other day, and there were a lot of people out actually walking around, and more people saying hi and smiling and being polite than ever before, like I can ever remember. And that's cool and
I just
sad
hope it
at the same time.
I hope it lasts.
I do. That's what I'm saying. I hope it lasts.
Because if people can be nice now, that just proves that they can be nice later. They just don't feel like it.
Yeah, and man, we are praying for New York. We lived in New York City,
A bunch of my friends.
and loved living in that city. And so yeah, I'm praying for those folks because I can't imagine, you know, we have a much bigger home in Nashville and just square footage wise because you can get a whole lot more for your money here than New York. So living in a tiny little apartment in New York and being forced to stay there would be challenging. Would be challenging. No,
Almost dropped it. Oh,
it's kind of like
I
puzzles
think I
though.
put it on
You
backwards.
can't force a piece to work.
I think I put
You
it
can
on
try,
backwards. That's what
but
happened.
eventually, you'll be like that did not work.
Otherwise,
Have you watched anything new since all this has happened?
then this it's really a cheesy show, but I have been watching Greenhouse Academy for the last 2 years, and they came out with season 4, and it's actually good. It gets your mind.
So what is it?
It's about this family who they go to this school for leadership, and there's 2 teams. It's the Ravens and
X-Men.
Eagles, and it's the smart people are the Ravens, and then the sports people are the Eagles, and they have to work together to do stuff, and then a bunch of stuff goes down that I won't expose, but it's really good. It's a good thing for when you don't want to think about anything too deeply. And they're only 20 minutes episodes, but it's interesting.
20-minute episodes?
Mhm.
Those are super fast.
And there's only 10 episodes per season, so.
Oh, I just realized I did something.
But they come out with a new season every 4 months, 5 or 6 months, probably.
Just realized I forgot to build. It's just like the Tusken Raider staff there, but it's for Obi-Wan, for his hut. Which, like I said, I may or may not use it as his hut. It just fits the aesthetic of Tatooine.
I've been watching more YouTube than Netflix. So
A lot of good stuff on YouTube. A lot of good stuff like Things I Love. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I haven't heard of that.
So, if you're watching this video right now, share it with your friends. We've got lots of good stuff. Been doing it for almost a year and a half. I don't know.
You're not.
January, February, March. So a year and 3 months. And been loving it. Let's see. Okay, now I'm
Oh,
gonna
I've
get back
also
to
been
what I was
listening to podcasts.
What podcasts?
My
So-
favorite is Call Me Candid by the same YouTubers I've been watching.
Okay.
And it's under the business and entrepreneurship category because they both have their own businesses and they talk about how to start your own business, how to be productive, and starting an Instagram platform so that you can grow your business, stuff like that. It's really interesting. And me being someone who likes photography, it's nice to have some guidance on what to do. And they do a lot of that in their YouTube too. One of the hosts does she has her own business where she does she sells crew necks and stickers and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she hand letters them, and she puts how she does it, how she makes them, how she sells them. She works from home, so where she does all her production, stuff like that. It's really interesting.
And talk a little bit about what you want to do for your career.
I want to do magazine journalism. So I want to do I also really like the design portion of it, but I want to do articles not like sports or anything like that. I want to do lifestyle magazine journalism.
Not like sports or anything like that.
I would not be good at doing sports. I don't know much about sports.
But for the yearbook, you did
I did
the hockey page and you did the
and
lacrosse
lacrosse
page.
page, yeah.
So when
But-
pushed, you can do it.
I can do it. It's just I don't enjoy doing it as much because I don't know much about it.
That's true.
So I had to rely a lot on my teammates. Like hockey, I could do because I know a lot about hockey because of Alaska, and was forced to play it for like a month every year.
Yeah.
But-
Every school, every grade school in Alaska,
Had a unit on hockey.
well, it has a ice skating rink outside. And then as you get into junior high also did, but some of the high schools had an indoor.
It was nice. I enjoyed playing hockey, so it was something fun. But yeah, I like doing I'm the design editor now, so I like doing the whole layouts and stuff and making it look pretty. I also like doing the photography for it, and I thought about like it's a good travel opportunity too, because you can go a bunch of places to do articles. They send you places, which is cool.
I wonder if flights, once we start flying again in the next few weeks, months, will be cheap.
I don't know, because it was $85 to Florida last time I checked for this
Round
for
trip?
now. Yeah,
That's very cheap.
yeah, I know.
I got last time I went to Disney,
That was
it
to Orlando.
was 120 round trip, and I felt good about that.
Yeah, I got a $200 round trip last summer for Orlando, and I checked over this break, and it was $85 on the cheapest airline.
Yeah. There's just a lot of companies being hit by this, especially small businesses. So as much as we can do to help out, do that. I might beat you. But I have to does it mean I have to have it correct?
No. But that would help.
One of the things I love about Star Wars is just all of the weird stuff, the creatures and the weapons and the food. And then I also love that it says in a galaxy, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So that really puts it in the past.
Yeah. So
But it's all futuristic stuff, but it's in the past. So I
That's
love
a
it.
good point. It is futuristic stuff.
It's a different world though. It's like you can it's suspension of disbelief. You can believe something in fiction when it's it's not real.
Sometimes I wish fiction things
I understand.
were real.
I
Life
understand.
would be so much more interesting.
It'd also be a little scary. Think about if the Star Wars world was real.
That would mean all the bad stuff would also be, not just the good stuff.
Emily got me a Life magazine recently about George Lucas, and I've in years past I've collected Life magazines, so she got me this. And been reading through that, and I'd forgotten that George Lucas originally wrote A New Hope. It was during the Vietnam War, and it was kind of a pushback to Richard Nixon, and it's what if somebody who's elected into office becomes a dictator, which he didn't. I'm not saying that, but that's the way George Lucas saw that it was happening, it was coming, and he wrote this. It's kind of to combat that. To kind of get out his emotions and feelings on it.
That makes sense. A good way of getting out fear is writing it down.
That is true. You
Making
should have
it
seen.
into something
You should have seen Emily's. Maybe we can show those Emily's
Church
notes from church last time. She does a great job of just doodling, and it helps her process. You talk about that a little bit.
I am not great at concentrating on one thing, so it helps me to, if I'm listening to the message, it's easier for me to write stuff down while I'm doing it, so I can interpret it in my own way and make it easier for my mind to focus on. So I do, and I also really like hand lettering and stuff like that, because that's part of the stuff I do for my art is like writing quotes and all this stuff and fancy writing, and I like journaling and stuff like that. So
Fancy writing. We used to call that calligraphy.
well, not all of it is calligraphy.
Well.
Some of it is, but it's easier for me to focus on what I'm doing if I'm writing it down and drawing pictures. So I've been doing that a lot for church.
And it's very impressive. Very impressive.
My marker collection has gotten gigantic.
Thank you, Mom and Dad.
True.
You probably bought a few of them, but both of our girls love the Copic markers.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find funny about that though is one of the things that you've loved about Copic markers that you wanted to start getting them was because you can replace the ink,
But
correct?
I haven't had to yet.
But you've never had to do that. We've been buying them for
I haven't
like
had to.
some of them you've been using for years.
Yeah, I haven't had to replace
But
them.
I guess that's a good thing.
I have like a couple grays that could probably use replacing, but the good news is I don't use gray that often, so I don't really have to replace it yet. I did something, but I don't know what I did. Use backwards? How is this supposed to fit on
I'll
here?
show you a little bit. I'm worried about my own stuff here. Thank you.
Where is it supposed to go?
There it is. It looks like someone got up from their nap.
I didn't sleep.
Oh.
I'm looking for my phone.
I'm confused.
I thought Lisa was going to be taking a nap, but I guess not. I'm shocked though.
Good job, Mom. Oh, that's why it's supposed to shoot off.
Oh.
I got it now.
It's one of those that shoots off? Yeah.
I'm about to beat you though.
No.
I'm on my last.
Slow down.
Okay, why are there 4 pieces but
Language.
what?
You said 4 pieces, but.
Oh,
Don't
but
call me that.
my bad. Wait, I'm gonna try and shoot it.
Wait,
Let's see if it works.
wait for it. Now I'm like speeding up.
Why?
What is going on? Oh, what is that? Oh, cool.
Okay.
A little printed piece. Like a
Mhm.
calculator. It's not a calculator, but you know, it looks kind of like a calculator.
Ah!
Alright. Getting close, getting close. So yeah, we were talking about Imagineering in a box earlier, and I just remembered that there's also Pixar in a box.
Yeah.
That we haven't done that yet. But
It looks like about the same thing.
It
but not
does
the,
look
I don't
similar.
think it'll be the theme part.
now I'm all stressed because you finished first.
It's okay, I'm just gonna have more people be fighting each other. It's fine. Ta-da. It's beautiful.
Alright.
Did I just see my dude?
Yeah. Let's see.
And the
And this is what?
This is the fighter. Is what it said.
Don't disappoint me.
It said fighter. That's all it said. This is I forgot his name. He's a skyhopper pilot. And this is a T-16.
Some of these microfighter sets are pretty cool. I
And
gotta say.
these things shoot off.
Well,
Apparently a
like
lot
that.
of ways.
But I love the Bantha. I mean,
I like that one too.
it's microfighter, but it's actually somewhat to scale. So very cool.
These things shoot all
All right, I
night.
gotta finish mine. All right, so let's see. Where does this go? I gotta. Oh, right
What
here.
is this? Ooh, we have double wings.
Okay, almost done. Almost done.
Almost done.
Yours did have 10 pieces less than mine.
No, 2 pieces.
Oh, just 2?
Yeah.
Dang it. Is somebody making a drink? Now I'm thirsty.
Mine is smaller than yours.
Yeah, well, kind of. I got 2 of them. Okay.
Luke has some nice hair. Looks like
Almost
noodles.
done.
His hair looks like ramen noodles.
Now I'm hungry.
Sorry. He won't stand up straight. Obi-Wan.
I miss pho from Alaska.
Oh, me too.
What am I missing
Obi-Wan
there?
is a little
Oh,
top
wait.
heavy.
There we go.
What is this? It's a jar, maybe? I don't know, I can't tell.
Ain't much in my jar.
Is that actually a jar?
It is, and it goes in there. I always find that funny whenever Lego has pieces
that have stuff on
they're
it.
like props. I don't know if you can see this, but it's pretty cool. It's it looks like a
That's
Chinese lantern,
Yeah.
but it just goes in here.
It doesn't have any use.
It just goes in there.
I thought it was
And
another
a
head.
lightsaber and lightsaber hilt,
R2D2 can sit on his lightsaber.
and then the lid.
Wait. Oh,
And literally, it's gone. It's in there.
it was.
In there.
Well,
Kind of in there. See if you can fit those in there while you're. Oh, you know what this is?
oh, it's the hologram of Leia.
Oh, look at you. You're back in my good graces.
I
see,
knew
we
what
got
it
one.
was. Got it.
It goes on here.
Obi-Wan's a little top heavy.
You're my only hope.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
You are back. I'm proud of you.
You should have seen Dr.
Oh,
Best
this is it.
What is it?
If I could just buy a bunch of this, that would be awesome because Tatooine's got all these little domes everywhere.
I bet you could buy just that.
Yeah, you can buy just these pieces, but then I have to buy the other pieces to go with it. So really,
You should buy
just buy a bunch of the same set, and then you can make the building. So here you go. Ta-da. And then
Luke has a doppelganger.
he does. I've got more than one Luke. I'll have to figure that out.
You could it's the Clone Wars.
There was never a clone of Luke.
But there could be.
Yeah, if you want to jack with the story. See, I know I'm gonna do this because I feel like there's got to be another one there.
Yeah.
Told you.
Makes more sense.
Otherwise, it just doesn't fit.
Yeah. It looks fine.
I swear the instructions said one. Weird.
Word.
Okay, is that it? Is that it?
Where do your people go?
Hold on.
They're all real top heavy. Wow. You gotta lean them back a little bit.
Sweet. Oh, okay. All right, cool. So I'm gonna take this out of here. That little Chinese lantern thing
Who's doing the splits?
will go on.
Your secretly circus performers.
The challenge that I have with Lego is, like, one of the great things about Lego is that you can be creative and you can make things different than they should be. Like this comes as Obi-Wan's hut, but I could like change it up and everything like that. But I'm such a structured, organized person that messes with me. And so the thing that I love about doing a mock is I can go to the store, I go to the Lego store, get all these pieces, and then that's where the creativity comes out. I can begin to build up these little rock mounds, and so I'll use the sets to build the speeder and build
that
the
teaches
cantina.
That teaches some technique too.
Yeah, and then I can place them where I want them and build around it. So I'm looking forward to building this out. But let's see. I want to finish this real quick.
What do you use the paintbrush for?
Okay.
What do you use this for?
I use that. I use the paintbrush to just dust off everything every now and then.
Make sure it's not.
Because it's just Lego holds dust very easily, and this is an easy way
Because if it's
to kind of
correct.
get it off of there. So when I'm building a mock, I do use a little paintbrush. Just dust it all off, get it looking good, and it's a good thing to do every now and then. I use that dust sprayer too, but that just kind of blows it everywhere. So this is helpful. So, all right, let's take a look at these up close. I'm gonna line these up here.
They're all doing the splits.
They're all doing the splits.
They're acrobats now.
And on Luke, when he was on Dagobah with Yoda, he was kind of an acrobat for sure.
I can find that real heavy.
All right, so this is Obi-Wan's hut. Oh, I forgot. You gotta put these down there.
What are they?
Supposed to be his disgusting green meal.
No, it looks disgusting.
It's cool though. And then yeah, so you can spin it around there, and then these close. And what I'll probably do is stick it on the stick it on the mock opened up, and then like turn the back. That's probably what I'll do. And then with some of my pieces that I got from Pick-a-Brick, I can build up another wall in the back. So that's cool. And then we've got Tusken Raider and Luke, Obi-Wan, and R2-D2. And so I've already got all of these pieces. You know, I've got R2 right back here. I've got some Tusken Raiders right there, to their backside. I've got Obi-Wan and Luke there. Now those are different outfits for Obi-Wan and Luke. It might be the same one for Luke, but it's definitely different for Obi-Wan. And so, you know, you can position those in different places on the mock and make them seem to be different, and different characters. And then these once again, awesome. Yeah. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to add them to my mock here and add some more, build up the kind of the rocky crags. I like the word crag.
Craig.
And just build up some little mountainous areas like that over there in the corner, and just have fun with it. If you can't have fun with it, what's the point? All right, well there you have it. Those are our Lego builds for today. I just had fun building those. She did beat me. She was a little bit faster than I was. We're gonna be putting these on this Lego build, this mock here in a few days, and kind of do a show about that coming up in the future. So I hope you've enjoyed it, talking about this quarantine that we're going through, and look, we're all going through this together. It's strange, it's difficult, but it's also a good time for family just to grow closer to each other. And so do what you can to connect with others, use Zoom, whatever you possibly can, and just continue the connections. We've got lots of great videos for you here at Things I Love. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell to be notified of these positive videos, and give us a
thumbs up
if you like this video. All right, this is
Emily
and Mark, just a bit about us to help
you
be
more
you. All right, let's build our mock here. I'm gonna put this do-back over here. I'm gonna put this Tusken Raider, because Tusken Raider's gotta be over here with R2 and C-3PO. You know that from the story, right?
Yes.
No, you don't.
The things I love, the things I love, how we want the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 the things I love, the things I love, be one of the things I love.
All in these together. Bye.